Hello, this is Sam from Sam's Budget Journey, and I am very late recording at all this week. We just got back from vacation, and then things took a very, very chaotic turn. So, we are going to talk about all of that in just a second. We're gonna do a little bit of everything all rolled into one. So, I haven't laminated this. I am not fully ready to start using it just yet, but these are some challenges that were made for me by Taylor Savings Journey. And she basically told me send her just a couple little details about myself. I like animals, I like neon colors, bright things like that. And so these are 3 challenges that she made for me that I plan on laminating, and I will start using probably next week once things settle down and get way less chaotic. So first off, we're gonna do my month ahead binder. As you can see, this first one is fully funded. Each week I bring $5 per envelope, which for me is $60. However, we have not had a chance to go to the bank, and so we're doing 20s this week. And I think I'm actually 1 short. So we're just gonna kind of jump ahead. Basically, I do the snowball method with this $5 per week usually. And this one is fully funded, so the $5 from this envelope rolls over to this envelope, and then everything else is supposed to get $5. But like I said, this week we are just kind of going all in and getting a big jump ahead. So each envelope is going to get 20. This one's getting an extra 20 for that envelope. So let's see, that's 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40. Okay. While I color all of these in, let's talk about how crazy things decided to get. First of all, we went on vacation from the 14th to the 19th. It was fantastic. Everything was fine. Had a blast. Had a lot of fun-filled days. We went to Branson, Missouri. Went to like the aquarium, the landing, just all of the things. Filled all of the days with everything that we could. And then we got back Friday the 19th. And let's see, we didn't really do a whole lot Friday. We had 1 day of relaxation on Saturday. And then on Sunday, with it being Father's Day, we had to go, my husband has some things at one of his jobs that he needed to get done. So the kids and I tagged along. We helped him get that done. And then we went to dinner and then came home. It was fairly relaxing the rest of that evening. He went back to work that night because they had changed his schedule at his other job to where he was working Sunday nights now instead of Monday through Friday. So that one. Basically, we got done at the one job and had dinner and everything and then relaxed, and then he heads to work Sunday evening, and he said about 3 o'clock in the morning his stomach started hurting, and he thought maybe it was just something that he had eaten, like a snack or whatever. or something along the way just wasn't agreeing with him. So he took Tums and he went on about his day at work. Well, he went to his second job. His stomach was still hurting. He gets done at that job. He heads home. He's thinking, you know, maybe it's gas pains or something. Like, he's not really sure what's going on. But he took a shower and laid down. And then I went ahead and we were like back full swing. I had gone to work that morning. My daughter started Girl Scout camp that evening. It was just a day camp, so she was only gone for a few hours. My son had soccer practice. So we get back full swing into things. And my husband wakes up at about 8:30 or so to get ready for work. And I told him I was trying to get home before he had to leave, but my son had just gone back out. They were doing 3 versus 3. I think it was 30-minute games. And they were like rotating between all of the teams, so everyone got to play against each team and everything. And he had just gone back out onto the field for the last part of the game. And my husband calls me and I said, hey, he just went out for the last portion and then I'm gonna head home as soon as I get him off the field. He's got about 10-15 minutes left. And for somebody who never calls out of work unless he absolutely has to and has like no other choice, he said, well, I'm just trying to figure out, so I want your opinion. Should I go ahead and call out so that we can go get this checked? So then we spent the next 20 minutes waiting on my son to get off the field while and yes, I know, don't Google symptoms, all that, but I Googled appendicitis and we went through everything. The only symptom that he had that matched was the pain in the lower right side of his stomach or his abdomen area. So after we didn't really make any progress there, like obviously I'm no professional, so I told him, I'm like, this obviously does not tell for sure whether or not you have appendicitis. However, you know, the symptoms don't match, so let's try it this way. And I looked up the symptoms that he had, and the only thing that matched was either appendicitis or kidney stones. So I'm like, either way, it's incredibly painful. Let's go get you checked out. So we get to the hospital and everything. This was all Monday, so we got there probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And around 2 o'clock in the morning, they came in and said, yeah, it is appendicitis. You are having it removed at some point today. And we already have you on the surgeon's list and everything. So it's like, great. That's fantastic. His birthday was Tuesday. So a fun little birthday present that his body gave him was appendicitis. And so he had surgery on Tuesday. And then they told us that they were not going to release him until Wednesday morning. So I called out of work and got everything situated so that I could be there when he got released and everything. But then they come in about 4:30 that afternoon. Mind you, he had surgery between 11 and 12:30, somewhere around that time. So they come in at around 4:30 and they're like, hey, just so you know, doctor's talking about going ahead and sending you home today. And I'm like, oh, well, I already called out of work tomorrow. So he's real big on dad jokes and constantly picking on people. He can't walk through the store without finding at least one person to say, hey, your shoe's untied. So for him to sit there all day Monday, and he didn't make that joke, not once. And he was there all Tuesday morning, didn't make that joke, not once. They bring him back from the operating room and like recovery and everything. And he kind of chuckles and he goes, yeah, I told him their shoes are untied. And I said, yeah, he's back. And then he starts laughing and he goes, yeah, I also asked the blonde if she knew how to put peanut M&Ms in alphabetical order, which is another one of his favorite jokes. And I said, yeah, you might as well send him home now. He's definitely 100%, because that's his entire personality. So then the nurses are laughing. And, yeah, they had come in, and she's like, hey, so how do you feel about going home tonight? And I'm like, you guys told me that he was going to be here until tomorrow. I've already made arrangements for the kids and the dogs and work and everything. So I told him, I was like, well, usually these processes take a little bit of time. So I said, here's the plan. I gotta go pick up our son from our friend's house, and I'm gonna take him over and drop him off at soccer. And then if they release you before I get back, just call me. But basically what the plan was is I wasn't going to stay a second night. I had slept maybe an hour the whole time. So I planned on going home to be with the kids and getting all of that taken care of with the dogs and everything, and making sure the kids are situated and, you know, not freaking out. And then I told him, I was like, hey, you know, if they do release you tonight, just go ahead and let me know. I will head right back over here, because my son's 14. So I don't have to sit at soccer practice with him the whole time. It's not like when they're little and parents stay the whole time. Most of the time, these kids just get dropped off. So I told him, I was like, I don't have to stay the whole time. I can easily run back over here and pick you up. Excuse me. And so I get to the house, and I remember that while he was in surgery, I had his phone and was keeping his family updated and everything. So I had put his phone on vibrate, but he doesn't have the fingernails to like reach in, because it's an iPhone. He doesn't have the fingernails to like reach in and like flip the little toggle switch back to where it's not on silent anymore. And so I called him to let him know that that's what I had done so that he could fix it. But when I called him, he's like, yeah, they've already released me and everything. Like, I'm good to go. I'm just sitting here eating and talking with any of the nurses that happen to come in, because he was just kind of killing time. He knew that I was like running around and stuff, and had to get gas and drop him off. And well, first of all, I had to pick my son up from our friend's house, and then I had to take him home so he could get his soccer stuff, and then I had to stop and get gas, and then I had to drop him off. So I managed to pick up my son and make it to the house before I remembered about putting his phone like completely on silent. So I went ahead and, like I said, I called him, and he's like, yeah, they've already released me. I'm good to go. And I said, oh, great. Because you're still going to have to wait just a little bit longer. I've got to get done real quick, and then I will hurry back over there and pick you up. And that's what I did. I went and picked him up, and let's see. So on Monday, my son and I had some pizza rolls for dinner before I took him to soccer. And on Tuesday, because I was at the hospital the whole time and my husband hadn't eaten or anything, I didn't even think about food other than before he went into surgery, I had come home, let my dogs out, changed my clothes, grabbed him comfy clothes to put on for when they did release him. And I grabbed a banana and a bottle of water. And that was all I had consumed for most of Tuesday. So as soon as I got my husband, I said, hey, we're going to stop and get something to eat. And he had just eaten at the hospital. So he's like, okay, well, I'm not super hungry. And I said, cool, I haven't eaten. So as long as you don't mind, I'm going to run by Taco Bell and get me something to eat. And he's like, cool, I'll take a couple burritos. And I said, awesome. And so we went and sat at the field and watched my son practice while eating Taco Bell and watching videos on our phones. And he's been recovering ever since. They told him he could go back to work already, but they told him it had to be on light duty. And so he got his little doctor's note and he contacted both of his employers and he said, hey, they said I could come back. And his one employer was like, well, I think we've got it covered, but we can definitely accommodate the light duty for when you do come back. We'll just give it a couple of days. There's not really a whole lot for you to do anyways. And then his other employer was like, yeah, we're going to need more info. So basically he sends over like the doctor's note saying, yeah, he can come back. He didn't go back Tuesday night. He took Tuesday night off because, I mean, he got out of the hospital at like, I picked him up probably between 6 and 6:30. And he leaves the house normally closer to 9-ish. And so I'm like, hey, you know, that's not enough time. And he's like, no, I agree. I'm not going in tonight. So then he tried to go back to work Wednesday night, and HR contacts him and is like, hey, no, we need more info on what the doctor defines as light duty. And so they sent over information about what his job actually entails, like a more in-depth job description that is way more than just industrial maintenance. And they basically told us, hey, we need the surgeon to look at these papers and then fill out this paper telling us exactly what restrictions he's looking for. Well, he's only on light duty for 2 weeks. And his appendix was not ruptured or anything. It was just very, very inflamed. And had he ignored it, it would have gotten to that point. But we got in there, got it taken care of. Also, this is going to be one video, not broken up into smaller videos like I normally do. So for this is the 100 Disney Sidekicks. I will link pretty much everything that you've seen in this channel. I'm going to link in the description, but real quick, let's pause. So these fully funded slips that I have in the front of my 1 month ahead binder, that is from Pink Plum Budgeting. The trackers are from Hey K Budgets. And then let's see. I came mostly prepared. These are all of the creators that made the challenges in the 100 Disney Sidekicks. It is hosted by Veronica at Weekly Budgets, Carly at Budget with Carly, Victoria at Toria's Budgets, and Gloria at Save with Glow. And then they invited other creators to make challenges. The goal was 4 challenges in total. Some people made more. Nobody made less. I do have $50 that I'm bringing, but I'm going to use these 5s to condense and like pull them out as needed. So in total, I'm going to have $54 because I cleaned out my wallet as well. I have completed cards if we complete any of these challenges. And they are made by the same person that made these dashboards, and that is Reynolds Budgets. I'm not familiar with her actual name, but her channel name is Reynolds Budgets. So, and then how we're gonna do this is, okay, yeah. And then I'll break it down and change things up as needed. We're gonna get rid of the 5s fairly quickly, apparently. But yeah, it has been a crazy week, and because HR said, hey, we need more info, we went down and dropped off all that paperwork yesterday, but they said, hey, the surgeon is actually out today, and we'll get this over to his nurse, but for right now, it's a waiting game. The other job, however, they had told him, there's only, it's a vending job, so he goes in and he picks like the snacks and sodas that the drivers put in the vending machines, and a case of soda is a lot heavier than he's allowed to lift right now. So they told him pretty much, we'll get it figured out. However, they wanted him to come in tomorrow. Well, with it being Sunday, I'm off tomorrow, and they're like really cool about us bringing the kids. Usually it's because nobody's in the warehouse when we do. Envelope 2 is getting that last dollar. So usually because nobody's in the warehouse when we come up and have the kids with us, they normally don't have an issue with it. So we are going to go up tomorrow, and I think he said there's like 18 orders that need picked. So we'll get him back into the swing of things. He's sore but recovering, and so that's pretty much where we're at now. All right, spot 1, envelope 1 got 10, but in total this one actually needs like 19 to finish because I'm doing $1 per letter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this one will actually need $4 more to finish. But what I'm actually gonna do is take all of that away. Oh, I guess I could, tell you where the challenge came from. This one is from Tor's Cash Corner. And I went ahead and pre-filled in everything before I started on this challenge. And I think there's 5 words. So I think it was supposed to be $3 a word. But the amazing thing about challenges is you can change the rules to work however you need them to. Spot 2 got $7. This one is from Pansy Budgets, and it definitely does not need 7. it needed 1, 2, 3, 4 to finish. So this is a $6 saver. So we're gonna do this. And then $3 is rolling over. Spot 3 got $6. And this one is from Toria's Budgets. And it needed 1, 2 to finish for 8. So this one is an $8 saver. So we're gonna take that 5, bring these 5 ones, and then there's $8 there and $4 to roll over. I'm just hoping I don't end up confusing myself with how I'm doing it this week, but we did not make it to his job to pick up his paycheck or anything like that. So, no, okay. Spot 4 got $4, and this one is from What's Poppin' Sunshine, and it only needs $4 to finish. So, our first time starting, and we finished this challenge. And then spot 5 only got $1. This one is from Divine Savings Co. And we're going to condense it. So I know in doing it this way, I'm going to have a longer video this week, but it's about the only way I could get all of them out without just blowing up the news feed, or not news feed, this isn't Facebook. I didn't want to post like 4 videos in one day. So this one is from Budget with Amanda. And we're going to condense. It only got 1 and it already had 4. So there's a $5. Spot 7 got $2. This one is from the Cafecito Budget. So now that I've spent the entire almost 30 minutes of this video rambling about what I was dealing with and how crazy my week has been, Spot 8 got $6. This one is from Angela Marie 888. And it actually only needs 5 to finish. So, how has everybody's week been? Mine, as you know, has just been pure chaos and a little bit of everything. So, let's talk about everybody else. Spot 9 got $5. This one is from A Court of Savings, and how I am doing it is the number on the dice is what I'm saving along with these icons. So Marie is going to be 3. I don't remember the 2 boys' names, but the orange one is going to be 2, and then the little gray kitty is going to be 1. And so let's do 3 and 5. And this one is going to end up being $30 with me adding the kittens as well. So it only needs $3 left. Oh, I'm very tempted to go ahead and finish it. Maybe we'll come back to it. Okay, spot 10 also got $5. This one is from Steph's on a Budget. I don't have any more 5s to condense, so I'm gonna have to go through other things and see if I can condense them later. All right, spot 11 also got 5. And this one is from Budgeting with a Ginger. I was just watching her Saturday video a little while ago. And this one only needed $1 more to finish. We'll roll those over. Spot 12 got $2. And this one is from Budget with Carly, and it needed $2 to finish. It needed $2 to finish. If I could only speak. All right, now let's see. We only have 2 more right here that we have not already pulled from. This is money from condensing. And I already have my big binder out. But let's see. Sorry for the squeaky chair. It's getting on my nerves, so I can only imagine if it's bothering other people. I do apologize. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And honestly, I have money that I just dropped all over the floor. It's been crazy. That can go with the pile and I'll fix it later. I was gonna say is I still have some money from Girl Scout cookies that I needed to turn in, but I stole a $5 bill from that and exchange, like, condensed it. So I need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then these get turned around, and I close that for right now. Move this out of the way. And then this is my binder that I have all my completed challenges in. So, page 1, not spot 1. This is from Weekly Budgets. And then Steph's on a Budget. We have, so we didn't finish hers, but we did not, do not have another challenge for her. Ange Budget and Debt, we've already completed all 4 of hers. Pansy Budget, we did complete that one. It was a $6 saver. These are the completed cards I was mentioning in the beginning. They are from Reynolds Budgets, and I will have her tagged in the description as well. Today is Saturday, 6/27/26. That is a $6 saver. Give that a second to dry while I tuck the money, the challenge, and then the card. Okay, Angela Marie 88 is another one completed. Hers was an $8 saver. And this one, I don't know what that is. It's like glue or something. It's stuck on there. I can't get it off without just ripping an entire hole in this bill. So I don't know, but it's not like, I don't know, it's kind of puffy, but I don't know what it is. It'll be hidden. Nobody will ever have to know except anybody who watches this video. Okay, so Becca Can Budget. We did not finish hers. Hers might be done. I don't know. No, she doesn't have any more challenges. So what I did was, after I pulled the last challenge from each creator, I put their card, their randomizer card, in the bottom. And that's how I know which one is completed. So let's see, Budget with Carly. Yes, we completed one of hers. I'm trying to go through and get out, like put away the ones we've completed while getting out the new challenges. So I do apologize if this is taking a little longer, but usually I do this all in separate videos, but this week has just been so chaotic. I do not want to have to film multiple videos. And then I lost that savings challenge for a second. Couldn't find it. Oh, I'm hoping things calm down and go back to normal. Oh, look, we finished one of hers and then pulled a new one. So this one is from Budgeting with a Ginger, Little Timon and Pumbaa. And for anybody that's new here and does not know, the reason my tinies are so tiny is because I printed them on what I had at the house already instead of buying something new. So they were printed on 4x6 photo paper. So they are extra tiny. Unintentionally. I don't know why I thought they would print normal size when I changed the printer settings, but I was not paying attention to what was going on, and then I just started printing on what I had, and they all turned out extra tiny. But they are just extra adorable that way. I am so close to finishing this set. I'm thinking within the next couple of months I'll probably finish it. So let's see what we're looking for. What's Poppin' Sunshine is further toward the back. Victoria's Budgets. Let's see what numbers we're looking for. So that's number 14, and then What's Poppin' Sunshine is number 22. Okay, let's skip ahead. This one, so we can put this one away, and that's an $8 saver. I'm also starting another binder that's got giveaways and freebies. So because there's 2 giveaways that I've won recently. Well, I say recently. One of them, Bookish Mama Budgets had posted an Easter giveaway back in April, and I had won that one, but then it got lost in the mail and it did not get to me for almost 2 months. And so I do have that already printed out and in a binder, and I will show those as well. So the next one we're pulling a new challenge from is a quart of savings, and that is going to be number 19. And then we've got 21, and What's Poppin' Sunshine is 22. So, oh, I've completed all of her challenges. I ended up printing her sets twice. I'm gonna go ahead and call this one done for now. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do because I want to fill this binder. As you can see, like, not everybody did 8 challenges, but I have cards printed for all of the open spots. But I haven't decided what I want to put in the open spots just yet. So, we're not going to do that one, just because I don't know for sure what I want to do as far as the open spots. And that would also require going through and printing out everybody else's, except for one person did actually make 8 challenges. Everybody else did. Some did 4. I think 1 or 2 people did 5. And then a few of them made 6 challenges. But one person made 8 challenges. And so I would be printing off everybody else's and doing them except for that one. And I don't know that I want to do that. I feel kind of bad not printing theirs a second time. I don't know what I'm doing with the marker. This is 23, and this is from Odette's Budgeting Life. So we're going to be saving with Bruce. And then 24 is Overthinking and Budgeting. This is going to be her challenge. And then we need one more. So the one right in front is number 7. So we're just going to take that one. We're going to put those in there. Flip these around so I don't get them mixed up. And then we're going to go back to the front to number 7, which is Budgeting with Lysandra. And that's going to be our next challenge. We're going to set that off to the side. Bring this binder back, and let's see. What I like to do is lay these out and see. So like that one is a bit of a bigger saver. That one will save 12. That one's 9. That one's 8. That one's 4. And that one's 8. And that one's 6. So since this one has $3 rollover, I don't want to do the 4. So I'm thinking this one from Weekly Budgets. That way I'm not finishing them the second I pull them out to start. Sometimes I like finishing them, and then this one saves 4, so this one gets Turk. 1, 2, 3, 4. But sometimes I like going through and finishing as many as I can. Sometimes I don't. I feel like no matter which way you do it, if you're consistent with how much you're bringing each time, then you're gonna end up finishing it in the same amount of time no matter which way you go. So let's see, we'll do budgeting with a ginger in spot 4, and then 5 is good, 6 is good, 7's good, 8 got 1, so a quart of savings will go in spot 8 with its $1. And then 9 is good, 10 is good, 11 has 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I dotted my thumb. Don't you hate that when you miss the lid? Oh, spot 11 is getting budgeting with Lysandra, and then spot 12 can have Odette's budgeting life. And then we're going to quickly just put that in the drawer, move that over, and then, so real quick, the giveaway scratch offs and stuff that I got. This is from Wild Everest on Etsy, and these are some of the challenges that Bookish Mama Budgets had sent me. I love this one. I hope this email finds you before I do. It makes me laugh. So those are 3 of the ones that she had sent me in the giveaway. I separated them by the creators. This one is Designs by Sol. It says 2024, so I'm guessing this is from a previous set that Designs by Sol had made. And then this one, I have money in here. Why do I have money in here? Okay then. This one is from Cash Stuffing Canadian. It says Happy Easter, and he does not look too thrilled. I believe I had stuck money in here to go ahead and get these started, so I guess we'll figure that out. And then these are freebies from Small Town Budgets, and there's just, like, this is all a set that I had printed from their Ko-fi. And then they've got some from the Rugrats. And then this is from Bonfire Budgets. It's just these cute little sets. This is an Easter set, but I figured I can use it to save for next year's holidays, or just, you know, add it in. These ones are from Claudie's Creations, a little monster set. These ones are Sassy Ginger Budgets, little sea turtle set. And then a couple of minis as well. And these ones are 2 different sets from, nope, 3 different sets from Budgeting with the Ginger. These are some Winnie the Pooh and St. Patrick's Day minis. And then her Ladybug tinies. Nope, these are butterflies. I'm telling you, my brain is just not braining lately. Definitely not ladybugs. And then here's some freebies from Bookish Mama Budgets. I love reading. I'm currently getting ready to start a book called Something in the Walls. And I've not started it yet. I'm borrowing it on my Libby app. And it just became available couple days ago, so I've not started it yet, but I plan to. All right, let's get into the Bookshop if I can find my cards. There they are. And just like I have played the past couple of times, I'm doing no companions, but I do have the companion expansion. This game is from Prop Budgets. Here's, if it'll focus. I will also tag her shop or her channel. She has, excuse me, instruction videos on how to play this, and then it comes with instructions to print, and then it comes with the customer cards, and then there's a tourist expansion that she made as well that I have in here. And then she also made, so there's price cards. I'm not using these. I'm only bringing $30 each time I play. These are the companion cards, and I just have not added those in yet. She also includes instructions on how to like incorporate those into your game. And then it also comes with a binder cover, and she's got 2 different options for the binder covers. I use the second option as like a back cover for my binder, and then I use that one as a front cover. But this is where I have all of my dashboards and customers, and basically, why is there a 5 in here? Okay, so let's get situated, and that's not the marker I use. Okay, let's shuffle these up a little. I printed this on some 8x11 photo paper because I really like the way that the photo paper looks with all of these. I also laminated it. That way I could do them over and over. Some of these games are so much fun. I have I've printed it and cut it out and everything, but I just have not been able to find a way to add it into my videos just yet, especially with us just getting back from vacation and then my husband ending up in the hospital. It's been crazy. I have the Harry Potter, what is it? Summer collab, Magic of Summer collab. I've got it all printed out and ready to go. I just have not added it, like I said. So how you play this game is you start by stocking your bookshelves with 6 books. And then you draw a customer card. And we got Maddie, who is a fantasy fan. And so we will go to the fantasy envelope. We will find Maddie's card, and then well, look, she wants 2 fantasy books, and we have 2, but let's see if she needs these. We've got Ravens and Roses. She's already got that one. And then the Moonlight Treaty she does not have. So we will give her the Moonlight Treaty, but since we only have 1 to give her, we only pay $1. I will find change for the 5 in a little bit. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't even know why there's a 5 in here, honestly. I had probably planned on condensing at some point, but ended up not needing it or something. I'm not sure. So you always make sure that you have 6 cards, 6 books down here. So this is a tourist. So we will go back and get out our tourist envelope. And she wants, so the tourist expansion comes with rare books. And this one, her rare book is called Last Door. And she wants any 2 books from her wish list. So the way that the tourist cards are set up is it includes books that you already have with the original set, and then the rare book. She has not gotten the rare book yet, so let's see. Bloodline Cottage she does need, and then let's see, nope, and nope. So we have 1 book that we can give her, so we're giving her not $2, just 1, and I'll get it together eventually, I promise. Bloodline Cottage. I'm over here trying to just pay the $1. I'm trying to give her $2. Not cross off the book. All of the things. Okay. Next, we have another tourist. My laminate is coming off of this one. Don't like that. So we don't have any rare books, so I know that I'm not going to be able to give her that one. But let's see. No. The Quiet Room she does not have. The rest of them she does. So we'll give her that one. We'll cross that off. Pay the $1 and restock our shelves. Okay, and this is Ella. She's a romance fan. Let's get her card out. The only one we have is The Wedding Weekend, but she wants 2 romance books and a recommendation. So we can basically say The Last Alibi is what we're going to recommend. Now, since only one of those books is on her list, we will only cross off 1, but she pays for both. And then we restock again. Now we've got Felix. He's another tourist. So let's see. We've got Ravens and Roses is one that he wants. He's already had the Moon Ledger, so it's fine that, oh, sorry for the bump. It's fine that we don't have the rare book that he's looking for. So They Were Here, no. A Liar's Best Friend, no. And The Wedding Weekend. I think that's, yeah, that's the one we just gave to Ella. But we do have Ravens and Roses, so we have one of the books that he's looking for. $1, that goes there, and Felix goes back over here. And then we restock, and then we get a new customer. Stacy, she is a romance fan who wants 1 romance book and 1 recommendation. So, the Valentine Dare, she already has that one. And the Bookshop Crush, she does not. So we'll take that one. And let's do The Familiar Lie as her recommendation. Cross this off. And then she gets $2 since she took 2 books. And there's that rare book. All right, so we have Ron, who is the last tourist in this set. And he's already gotten his rare book. Let's see. room 9, he needs the Missing Trail, and then the Blind Date. That works because he only wants 2 from his wish list, and we are able to give him 2. Now, as you get further in the game, it gets a little bit more complicated with which books they're requesting, because just like what I had happened earlier where I had just given one book as a recommendation, and then the very next customer actually still needed that book on their wish list. You're going to run into that more and more as you play. All right, Aaron is a horror fan. We're going to come up here and get his wish list. Let's see. We have nothing to give him. Okay. Because he doesn't want any recommendations. He only wants those horror books. And we just gave room 9 away, which he didn't even need room 9. Okay, so Quinn wants a mystery book. And we have 3 of those. So let's see if we can give her any. She wants 2. So let's see. A Liar's Best Friend. And then we have A Silent Witness. Does she have the Midnight Call? She has that one. She does not have The Silent Witness or A Liar's Best Friend. The first one on her list and the last one on her list. Okay. So she actually only needs 3 more books, and her list is going to be completed. Oh, hopefully. Let's see, who's the other? Stacy and Ella. We've already gotten both of those. Okay, well, hopefully we get somebody we can give them to. And, well, we have a fantasy fan, but he wants 2 recommendations, so we can probably work with that. Nope, I need Steve. Okay. We have no fantasy books out. However, and this is where you can go back and look. So the romance, let's see, she needs that one. The Valentine Dare, Ella needs that one. Love on a Layover, they both need. So I'm keeping Love on a Layover. Crushes and Catastrophes. Only one of them need that one. So let's do the rare book as one recommendation. And so those 2, both only 1 need, and that one only 1 needs. Let's go ahead and do that one. And that can be the 2 recommendations. So we don't cross anything off of his list. We do still pay the $2, and those books go over there. And then he goes up there. And then we restock. The Last Visitor and The Missing Trail. Caleb wants some mystery. Let's see what we can give Caleb. The Midnight Call and The Missing Trail. He needs both of those. And then he actually wants a recommendation, so we're going to give him that one. And for the first time, we can pass off $3. What was it? The Midnight Call and The Missing Trail. Which I gotta be honest, both of those sound like books that I would read. That's not... that's not where that goes. I pulled his card out and then flipped right back to the fantasy side. Those go there. That goes there. That goes there, and that goes there, and then we restock. This is going to be the longest video I've ever posted. And our last one is Noah. Let's see what we can do for Noah. Let's see, Noah wants 1 and a recommendation. So we have the last visitor he needs, and the static man he needs. Well, we can give him both because he wants a recommendation. So we can give him 1 that is on his list if we have it. What am I looking for? The last visitor. I don't know why I wasn't seeing it. All right. Now his card is the closest we are to completing. And we gave him 2. So there's his $2. And now we still have plenty of books up here, but I am out of customers. So this is where we go through and we shuffle. And we just mix them up real good. And hopefully that's good enough to get some good ones. Caleb. Let's see. What can we do for Caleb this time? Well, he wants a recommendation. Let's be snoopy and find out what our tourists need as far as the rare cards. The last door is the only one needed at all. So let's go back up to the mystery. We're gonna go ahead and just give Caleb that one, and he pays his $1. We can't cross anything off. Okay, Felix. Felix already has the Moon Ledger, so we don't need that one. But he also wants any 2 books from his wish list. Let's see, we don't have that one. A Liar's Best Friend, we don't have. The Wedding Weekend, we don't have. We cannot do anything for Felix, unfortunately. Let's see what we can do for Noah then. Let's see, that's mystery, that's romance. Noah, I guess we're just gonna go with that one and pay the $1 and just give him a recommendation because we don't have the books that Noah needs. And then let's go back to the tourists and see what we can do for Gwen. Okay, the last door we don't have at all. The Ash Crown, no. Night Shift, no. Accidentally Yours, we do. And Love Online. So we can give her 1 from her wish list. Excuse me. Let's see, Ella. And Ella needs Love on a Layover. And because we have so many mystery out right now, let's see what we can do. Wait, no, those are fantasy. Okay. Now let's see what we can do. The Velvet Siege. One of them needs that. The Ghost Kingdoms. One of them needs that. Iron Oath. One of them needs. Frostgate. One of them needs. Okay. So, let's go mystery. Let's see who needs Cold Case Club. Both of them. Okay. So, we're just gonna go with Iron Oath for Ella and give her that second $1. We can't cross anything off, and that's her recommendation. Okay, now more fantasy. Oh no, thank you, Steve. Okay, we're gonna go wrong way. Okay, now Steve wants one mystery, nope, fantasy, with 2 recommendations, but he needs Frostgate, so let's do that one. And then the Ash Crown as a recommendation, and the Velvet Siege. And his card is complete. So do we just pull his card out? If we pull his card out, we don't save anymore. But if we leave his card in, we can at least save the recommendations. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave him in, and we're just gonna do recommendations for him from now on. But Steve is our first customer, absolutely complete. So this video is already 1 hour and 12 minutes, so let's try to speed this up. Got Raven. And let's see, Briarstone, she does not have. And then Cold Case Club, she does not have. So we can actually give her 2 books that are in fact on her wish list. What was the other one? Oh, I was looking at the blue books for Cold Case Club. Confusing myself. So we can give her 2 books on her list. So there's her $2, and we have $2 left. So let's quickly see what we can do for Stacy. Love Online she already has, and she wants 1 recommendation. So we'll give her the hallway. We can't cross anything off because it's not on her list. We've got 1 left. Quinn is our mystery fan. Let's see what we can give. Motive Unknown. She's already got it. She doesn't want a recommendation, so she doesn't get the last $1. Maddie. Let's see if we can give Maddie this last $1. She doesn't want a recommendation, so Ghost Kingdoms, there it is. And Maddie gets the last $1. All right. Well, this has been a fantastic, chaotic, long video. And if you are someone who does not like the long videos, I do apologize. But I do appreciate if you have made it this far. Let's see. If you have made it this far and you feel like commenting, leave just your favorite emoji or your most used emoji in the comments. And I'm going to go ahead and end this here, and I will get cleaned up off camera. I do appreciate all of my subscribers, supporters, watchers, just anybody who is here and listens to me ramble. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will link everybody that I've showcased in this video. I will link everybody down in the description. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, guys.